Yo, you're tuned into the Hubkast. We're back with another solo episode. What's going on? What's going off? Hopefully not any nuclear bombs. Let me sit my ass down. What's up, guys? What is going on in the world? A lot of fires, a lot of wildfires. Whether or not they happened wildly, naturally, or there's laser beams coming out the sky, I don't know. I have no idea. But still, we're here with another solo episode of the Hubcast. Let me get my shades on. It's too bright, all this goddamn fire and lights. Man, should we kick it off? Should we kick it right off? Hey, Rice Man. Yeah? Alright. Look, man. I got a monster. I know last episode I went back to the Red Bull because they didn't give me a sponsorship. But Red Bull didn't give me a sponsorship either, and honestly I like Monster better. So we're sticking with Monster. But look, man. I just seen this video of a fire. Look at this shit. Kelowna. In Kelowna, British Columbia. Kelowna. What the fuck is this shit? This shit looks like a war. You know, that's a conspiracy theory that I have. That maybe we're at war, but we're not using guns and we're not using traditional weapons like AKs and bombs and shit and arrows, but we're using weather warfare. Dude, a fucking hurricane just hit California where all the wildfires are supposed to be. Meanwhile, on the other side of the United States, there's all these wildfires up in Canada where it's always snowing and shit. Well, I don't know if it's snowing up there, but there's just wildfires where they usually aren't. It's hurricanes where they usually aren't. I don't think there's been a hurricane in California, or a tropical storm they're calling it now, since 1997. That was... oh my gosh, that was over 20 years ago for sure. That was like 25 years ago. So like, hey, Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, pray to God. And atheists, you're shit out of luck. You got, who are you gonna turn to? The government? You know? So pray to the government, I guess. But man, it's like, who's gonna come and save the world, man? Is it gonna be the aliens? Are they gonna come and put out all the fires? They should come. If they're coming, pause. If they're coming here, put out the fires. Stop the hurricanes. Cause the superheroes aren't doing it. The government isn't doing it. Fucking Maui is in shambles. We need some aliens to come down and fix up everything. Hit a little rewind. You know, aliens should be able to do that. If they're that much more advanced than us, they should be able to rewind the times and then prevent shit from happening. You feel me? Well, look, I got a roach, and not a bug, like a cigar roach, okay? And I didn't want to bring out a full-blown cigar right now. I just wanted to bring out a little piece. So I got my little piece. I'm gonna take a couple hits of the piece of this cigar, and we're gonna get bumping, man. What's going on in Nicaragua? I was just complaining in like 2-3 episodes ago I was saying they cut our link card, they cut our food stamps in half. We're getting like $300, something like that. Then they cut it down to $140, something like that. And then guess what? They took it all. We don't get fucking food stamps anymore. Which is almost like, yeah, we're good. But you know what's crazy? On paper, this is what we put. Because look, we pay a lot of bills, man. Like, our rent is like fucking over $1,000, okay? $1,000. Then they're taking taxes out. So let's be generous. Say it's only $200 in taxes. That's about $1,500 right there. And we have a little bit more rent to pay and utilities and stuff. So I'm saying rent plus taxes, that's like $1,500 gone every month. And that's being generous. Like, it's more than that, okay? And then we put down that we get a babysitter for my daughter, $400. All right. That brings us up to about $1,900. All right. Quick math. And then not only that, but we pay Lexi pays health insurance. That's $300 a month, over $300 a month. All right. That's more than $2,000 a month. On paper, Lexi only makes $200,000. No, not 200. Whoa. She only makes $2,000 a month. So she's negative on paper. Because we didn't put me in what I work. My hours aren't even stable. I played the role as a deadbeat dad. You feel me? And guess what? Making $2,000 a month, which is barely livable considering most people got to pay a car note. Most people are paying rent over $1,000 where I live. And then health insurance. She got kicked off the health insurance a while ago. So it's not like, oh, get Medicaid. You don't have to pay for it. Yes, we do. Or just not have it, which is fine. That's cool. I don't personally have it. But Lexi's the type of woman who wants to have it. She wants that security. But she's paying for everybody else's goddamn medical treatments and shit. And this is the crazy. She just went to go get glasses the other day. One pair of fucking glasses. The eye exam, boom, 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 boom. $600 fucking dollars. The medical paid for most of it. Cool. That's still way more than we paid for medical insurance over time. But are you kidding me? $600 for one pair of fucking glasses? And she still had to pay some out of pocket. But I think that was for the warranty, so I understand. But, dude, that's got to be an insurance scam, no? There's no way that she went there, they did an eye test, and a whole pair of glasses, and it's over $600? What the fuck? No, for real, though. That shit's crazy. But anyways, how the fuck was she supposed to afford glasses without it? You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have been able to do that without medical insurance. For sure, if it was over $600. So, just think about this. On paper, a single mother making $2,000 a month doesn't get food stamps? That's ridiculous. Like, someone help me, please. Like, what the fuck? And the crazy thing is, before, when we lived with my grandmother, we weren't paying as much as we're paying for rent now. We paid $100 for rent only, and they gave us $300. I feel like this is like this. It has to be some form of discrimination or something like that, or they're just fucking up. Because how can, on paper, a single mother, and look, single mothers, fucking, my heart goes out to them. That shit is hard to do, especially when you have to buy your own groceries. But you know what I did heard, and look, we're not scamming the link system or nothing. Fucking, we're not getting linked. That's just how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. But you know, you do the link calculator thing online, and you put in all that information, and you don't get it, and they kicked us off. But look, damn, I totally forgot where I was going. But oh yeah, this is it. So, it's taking me forever to fucking say this, but basically, if a single mother applies for link, the government would rather her go after the baby daddy and get child support from him instead of going to the government, which I guess makes sense. But I feel like the system is rigged against men when it comes to their babies. And I'll give you a story. Grace was being born. My daughter was being born a little bit over 2 years ago. And I was in the hospital with my now fiance. All right, the mother of my child in the hospital. She's giving birth. We get there. They say her water bag needs to break, and it's not broken. Then they say, "Oh, the water bag broke. You should be having birth any minute now." Cool. We're waiting for a while. Hour passes by, 2 hours passes by, doctor walks in. She's like, "Well, since your water is broke, the longer it stays broke, the more chance of getting an infection." You know, and I think the number was 8%. She's got an 8% chance, Lexi, of getting an infection. So they want to give her something that'll speed up the birth process. Okay, I don't remember what it's called. Maybe it's called Pitocin. I don't know. But I looked this up. What's Pitocin? Because I'm like, wait, before you give her something, I just want to know if it's going to affect my baby or not. You know, they just giving anything to anybody now, and it's and nobody's looking at. They're just so used to people saying, "Yeah, that's fine. Put it in me. I had the baby faster." Word. But I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me look up what this is, what this substance is, what this chemical, what this concoction that you're trying to give to this pregnant woman with my child. I look it up, and on a reputable website, it was the NIH, I think, something like that, the National Institution of Health. I think that's what it stands for. But it was a reputable website where you get good information from. Basically, it said if you take this, there's a 300% increase of a child having autism. And I look at that and I'm like, let me weigh the pros and cons real quick. On one end, if she doesn't take this substance, this concoction, this cocktail, if you will, she has an 8% chance of getting an infection. Lexi. Maybe the baby, too. But whatever, like 8% chance, first of all. And it's not going to kill them is the other thing. Okay, cool. It's not going to fuck them up for the rest of their lives. Cool. 8% chance. And then versus this 300% chance, you're 3 times more likely to develop autism when it comes to my child. No, thank you. I would love my child if they were autistic, but I would not want to increase the chances because of an 8% chance risk of infection. So, fine. I'm like, nah. I tell Lexi, I show her the data, and then the doctor's like, I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything about that. And I'm like, well, look at, what this says. And she's like, well, that's not where we get our information from. So then I'm like, well, where do you get your information from? And then they say they got it from John Hopkins University. That's where we get our information from. I'm like, okay, fine. I look it up on John Hopkins website. What do you know? I find it. 300% chance of getting autism. Again, on their website. So then I'm like, hey, look what I found on your website. And she's like, well, I'm not aware of this. I haven't heard anything about. I'm like, I'm showing you right now. Still, doctor after doctor after doctor came in trying to convince Lexi to take it. You already tried it. We already said no. It's harmful to the child. She's not gonna take it. And then you know what this bitch has the audacity to tell me? Sir, well, actually, it's not your child. It's up to her. Bitch, what the fuck? Did you just tell me that that's not my child? Are you out your fucking bonkers? What the fuck is wrong with you? She comes back in like 5 minutes later or something like that and apologizes. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it's not your child. I'm just... Bitch, leave the fucking room. I didn't say that. I was well composed because I wanted to be there for the birth of my child and shit. But if you're not on good terms with your baby mother, it's like you won't have any leverage when it comes to your offspring. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. Because this doctor told me to my face, like, literally, it doesn't matter what you say because she's the one actually carrying the child. Okay, it kind of makes sense. But it's like, that child came from my balls. Okay? So, I should have a say, at least. You know? And I'm just so thankful that Lexi is good in the head. You know what I mean? Because she could have been like, fuck the autism. Give me that. Fucking inject me with that shit. You know? Let me make sure that this phone is recording real quick. I bet it's recording. Yeah, man. But it's like, they're just so used to people saying, yeah, whatever. But this is the even crazier part. Let me take this story a step further. She refuses to take it. They probably had about 6 doctors and then 3 doctors or 4 doctors at once come in and try to tell her to take it and that she should take it. First of all, she didn't get an infection. You want to know why? The whole reason they wanted her to take this thing was because they said that her water was broken. Then hours later, a nurse comes back in and breaks her fucking water bag. So you mean to tell me that her water bag was never broken in the fucking first place? And you tried so fucking hard to get her to take this thing because her water bag was broken. Turns out it was never broken. We didn't realize that. But it's broken now. Now she starts having contractions like crazy. And the most beautiful fucking thing in the world happened. She gave birth to my firstborn daughter. But I just can't believe that either they lied to us and had some type of agenda, or those doctors were just fucking stupid. stupid. And I'm like, how do you have stupid doctors? Don't you have to go through years and years and years and years and years of school to get this down right so you don't fuck up? How the fuck do you not know if a water bag is broken or not? I could reach up in there and fucking figure it out probably. Are you calling yourself professionals? You didn't know that a goddamn water bag was broken, and then because of that, you thought it was broken. And then because you thought it was broken, you try to give her some drug, some concoction, some cocktail, some fucking whatever it was, thing that could be harmful to Grace for a reason that wasn't even logical. Because her water bag wasn't broken. So I'm like, the whole time I'm just glad that she's born and she's fine and she's healthy, and that Lexi's fine. She's not in fucking pain like that anymore. And I'm just dreading having to be in the hospital still because these doctors, oh man, like if you're a man with a kid, they don't give a fuck about anything you have to say. At least from my experience. I've only had a baby one time. I'm sure a lot of you have had plenty nice experience. Yeah, so like, what if you're a dad and you're having a kid, just make sure that you and the baby mother, before you have the kid, are on the same page as far, like that's probably the best advice that I could give. There's just certain things that you have to be on the same page about before having a kid. Like vaccines. Some people like vaccines. Some people don't. Some people don't like certain vaccines. Some people love certain vaccines. I'm just saying, if you're a father or about to be a father, understand that if you want your child to have a certain vaccine or you want your child to not have a certain vaccine, either way, you have to make sure that you and your baby mother are on the same page about that, and do your research. Actually be able to show the doctors shit. You know what I mean? Because the doctors will do everything they can to push every vaccine. Okay? So if you don't want one certain vaccine at this point for your child, and there's a lot of people out there that are picky. They'll get some, but they don't want this one. Okay? So if you're that person that doesn't want this one or doesn't want any of them, they're going to try their best to make your baby mother get that, like, say yes to the vaccines. Every single one of them. You say you don't want one, they're going to turn to her. I swear to God, they're going to turn to her. Listen, they don't give a fuck about you. It's like, it literally, as soon as you show any sign of not wanting a vaccine and you're a father, they turn you off. It's like they block you in real life. Like, they'll talk to you, but they're not listening to you. They're trying to persuade your baby mother into getting it and going against whatever you have to say. So make sure that you and your baby mother, and you show her data, and then she's able to show you data of why she thinks your child should or shouldn't get certain vaccines. Like, it's important. You want to look into what you're giving your kid and what you're not giving your kid. But yeah, like, you have to make sure you're on the same page about vaccines. Make sure you're on the same page about whether or not you want, or she wants, or you want her to get I don't know, what's that big ass shot they put in your back? That, like, tranquilizer shit. I don't know what it's called. I think it starts with like an E or something. About what you think about that. What you think about Pitocin or whatever the fuck it's called. It's probably not even called Pitocin. I have no idea. But there's just certain stuff you really got to make sure that you're on the same page about. I stress the fuck out of that, man, because you don't want something to break out between y'all right as the baby's being born. That's going to be so stressful on top of everything else. Have it figured out before you go in there. Try your best. Even when it comes to like custody, a lot of the times, the women are favored. I don't know what that is or why that is, but I think people just, I don't know. I feel bad whenever a woman goes through anything. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's the fact that we as a society, we just extra feel bad for the woman. If you're a man, man up. You know what I mean? And I agree. Man up. You know what I mean? Fucking whatever happens, try your best to change the things that you can and leave the rest up to God. Or if you're an atheist, I don't know who the fuck you leave it up to. Nature? Fine. But look, I got these smelling salts. These might be dead, but I put a little water in them, and I feel like that might make it better. I need to get a new bottle because these are kind of running out, but we'll see how they are. Let me shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. Oh. They did strengthen up. Hold up. They kind of did, but not really. Let me take the glasses off so you can see I am tearing up. Hold up. Here, Rice, man. You get a little hit of that. Oh, man, I'm up now. Shit. If you don't know what smelling salts are, basically, a lot of people use these to, like, lift, like, heavy weights and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what they're usually used for. Maybe swimming too, like sport swimming. If you're trying to fucking do 500 meters in 5 seconds type shit, this would help with that, possibly. And then also, I think a stronger version of this they use like when people faint or they get knocked out or something, and you're trying to wake them up. Put that shit under their nose, and they'll be up in a jiffy. But I use it because, I don't know, I just get tired as fuck throughout the day. And I feel like I need a boost of energy, like a little slap in the face. And I feel like that's what that is for me, like a little slapped in the face. So, Ward smelling salts, whoever sells this shit, Bottled Insanity, XL, whoever sells this shit, give me a fucking, give me a sponsorship. Give me an affiliate link. This is made in Canada. This shit will wake you up. Order this shit on Amazon. It's like $18 or something like that. You need a little boost throughout the day. Maybe I wouldn't even suggest. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be suggesting it for that purpose. But hey, if you use this for the purpose that it's intended for, use it for the purpose it's intended for, because I think it's great. Yeah, I fuck with this. My girlfriend doesn't get it. She's like, why the fuck would you do that? I put it up to her nose. She's like, what the fuck? This smells like bleach. And I got some on the table. Nah, but it's like I don't know. If I seen somebody on the street doing this, I would be like, what the fuck? Are they doing like, is this a type of legal cocaine? Yeah, but it doesn't make you feel high. Like, I feel the same as I did before I did it, except like you just got slapped in the face. You know, that'll do something to you. Oh man, I hope you guys are doing fucking well, man. If you're in California, man, I hope you can swim. And if you're in somewhere where there's a wildfire, no, like if you're in Maui, I hope you can swim. You feel me? I seen people were going into the waters to avoid the fire. And like fire and water are like opposites. You know what I mean? There's like fucking fire and water. But either one, like, gotta swim in the water. You know what I mean? That's weird. I found this lighter that I made a long time ago. Me and my homies, we had a company One Light Records. And we're not really focused on it right now, but I do think we'll bring it back in the future. Harder and better than it has ever been before. Yeah, no, One Light Records, that was our shit, right? And then we bought a bunch of clip lighters and stuck the One Light logo on it. And that's what I'm holding right here. And these clip lighters is cool, man. I don't know why you take this out, but you could take this out. And I think that's raw. And they're refillable. I don't know how long they last, like how many times you could refill them and it'll last. Oh, is this like the Flint exchanger? Ah, that's what this is. That's the Flint. You can change out the Flint. Oh, so these should last a lifetime. A lifetime if you take care of them. This is an ancient artifact, though. I made this shit so long ago. It's cool, though. Just a little sticker on a lighter. And we gave them out for free at like concerts and shit that we did. That was fun, man. Making music was a fun period, man. I was in the car the other day. I was getting super emotional about like the second album that I made. Like I heard it back, and then the last song that I heard from it, it just brought me back to a time where I don't know, I felt like I was really getting somewhere soon. And then not to get all emotional and too much information type shit, but like I was like, man, I feel like when I think about the person that I was when I was making that, I feel like I let myself down. Like I let this world kind of fucking grip me and take me in a direction that I never wanted to go. And I feel like if the old me from years and years and years ago would look at me now, part of him would be proud, part of him wouldn't understand, part of him would understand, but he would be disappointed. You know? And that's because I dreamt big. I had big dreams and I wanted to achieve them fast. But I really I didn't consider a plan B. All I was thinking about was a plan A. Never did I think I would be working at Amazon. I was like, at some point I was like, I worked one job. I was a summer camp counselor and I made the money and I bought money to get everything I needed to never have a job again. And that was my mindset. And I still got money here and there, you know. I was selling carts in high school. Yeah, I was getting money, but I didn't work a job until like a year ago, less than a year ago, really. I was just doing my own thing, creating stuff, selling stuff. Didn't have a kid. And not having a kid's a beautiful thing, and having a crib for the kid is a even more beautiful thing. So that's what I feel like the younger me would look at me and be understanding and proud of and happy about. Like, wow, you know? But he expected more from me. I just feel like I let him down, and I had a really emotional moment in the car about that. And don't let yourself down. Keep going. It's not the end of the world if you do. But stay strong. Keep doing you. Keep hustling. Keep motivating. Yeah, man, like I don't have a lot of camera battery for this episode. Actually, I was slacking on charging everything. So I'm probably going to end it here. This is a little story time, little what the fuck is happening in the world type episode. Yeah, but stay loving people, stay positive, stay negative, stay neutral, stay buoyant, stay dense. Stay raw, stay uncut or cut. Circumcised or uncircumcised, you're all beautiful people. Pray pray to God, or if you're an atheist, hope, something like that. Don't worry about pebbles. They're only so small. It's the boulders you gotta worry about. But all you see is pebbles when you're at the surface level. You look on the ground, it's a bunch of pebbles. There may be some big rocks, but only till you dig deep will you find the boulders. But you have to find the boulders. What else are we gonna make the houses out of? We need some boulders, man, not some fucking pebbles. Don't worry about the pebbles in life, man. It's always some fucking pebble in your life trying to fucking bring you down. Fuck that pebble. It's so fucking small. Throw that shit in the fucking water, dude. Fuck that pebble. You feel me? Get down to the boulders, man, and just look at them. Just look at the fucking boulders, man. They're so fucking big. And it's crazy, man. Alright. That's all for this episode of the Hubcast. Much love. Fucking tune in next time and stay real.